welcome back to Crafting a Country Life. I'm coming on to share some Saturday morning makes hosted by Jill Norwood. The projects that I have here are projects that I've had in the works for quite some time. This first project here, and although these are not paper craft projects, they're sewing, doll making, knitting, and weaving. So I don't know if those folks out there that are paper crafters would be necessarily interested in this, but I know that I always enjoy seeing the other crafts that my YouTube friends are engaged in and sharing on YouTube. So I'm going to go ahead and share this. Feel free to skip it if it's not your cup of tea. But let's start off with this first project, and this is a reproduction of an an early 19th century sawdust doll. The original dolls were made, in the early 1800s, and this has a cloth body, and it's filled with sawdust. And years ago, I researched how these dolls were made, and looked at a lot of antique examples, and then put my own skills to work to recreate one of them. Her head is actually made out of a knit fabric tube, and then I did some gentle sculpting of her face, and then once I finished that, I covered over it with gesso and then did some painting and distressing to create the look that you see here. Her ears are actually stitched separately out of muslin, and then I put some quilt batting inside and then did some hand stitching to shape her, let me get in frame, to shape her little ears. And then I painted on her sausage curls and so on. And I thought she came out really, really well. I had so much fun researching this project, and then she got put away in the attic for a long, long time in a special tub, and then once my children grew up and flew the nest, I got back into finishing her up, and all I had to do at that point was just finish painting her feet, her boots. Let me just show you her body. Here's her body. And then the boots, I just painted these on recently with black paint and finished stitching up her dress. And I finished painting her arms as well. So there really wasn't much to finish up on her. And I'm so happy that she's finished. We live in an 18th century house, so she'll fit in perfectly with my decor, and I plan on putting her downstairs in our keeping room in a small wooden child's chair, and I think she'll really add a lot to that room. So I'm really, really happy with the way she came out. I'd like to make more of these too as time allows, but we'll see how time allows. Okay, so that's the first project. I'm going to just lower this camera angle down a little bit here so that I can show you these other projects. Pardon me for wiggling my camera. There we go. Okay, the next project that I finished up is actually a knitted, I guess like a handbag, and I made this actually years ago. And again, it was in a tub, put away, and the only thing that I needed to do to finish it up was to shrink it in the washer. So here's the finished project. I love it. It's a nice, thick, felted, 100% wool bag or basket. And my plan is to put some sock knitting projects in here. And the next one that I have ready is this skein of yarn that I had purchased to make some Christmas socks with. So that's going to go in here, and I'll be taking this out probably in September and get these socks on the needles. I can't wait to start that project. So that is a finish up. The next project is a set of hand woven double weave mug mats, and these I created on my 8 harness table loom. And again, these were done probably about 4 years ago. I made these, and then the only thing I needed to do was take them off the loom and do some stitching to finish off the edges. So this set is reversible, all done on one threading. Just the different treadlings give you the different patterns, and they are reversible. There they are. And last one there. And the next project, another loom project that I just took off another table loom that I had going. And this is a lightweight hand-woven scarf, and it's made with leftover sock knitting yarn. And when my mother-in-law passed away 5 or 6 years ago, we were cleaning out her house, and she was a machine sock knitter. And she had tubs full of sock yarns, and I have them in my attic now, thinking of ways to use them. And so I thought, you know what, I'm going to try just pulling some random sock yarns. And you know, when you weave with them versus knitting, you also get beautiful patterns on those that are variegated. You can see here, and they're just all random colors. I absolutely love this. I wasn't expecting it to come out as pretty as it did. So I think there may be some more scarves in my future using all that sock yarn up. I thought that came out really well. Just again, did some zigzagging on the edges to hold the fringe in place. And the next project, this is the last one that I have for this week, is a small hand quilted quilt. And I am by no means what I consider a quilt maker. I just dabble in quilt making, and I like doing smaller projects because I get instant gratification from doing them. And this is a hand-stitched yo-yo quilt in miniature size with a little bit of hand embroidery along the edges, and then I hand-bound the edging as well with some fabric. And of course the back is just as a small cream-colored print. But I'm just loving this. Oh, whoops, I'm holding it upside down. There we go. I'm just loving this. I think I'm going to hang this either in my keeping room or maybe in my studio. I haven't quite decided yet, but I'm really happy with the results on that. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. And again, this project I've been working on over the course of the spring, just sitting down every now and then in the evenings and working on it. And then I got stymied because I didn't have a backing color, enough fabric of a backing color that would match. Anyway, I purchased a few in different stores and decided they didn't look that well, so I went back through my stash and found this cream-colored backing, which I think works okay. I mean, it would have been nice to have more of a rusty red, but I just didn't have enough, so I think this will be fine. Anyway, it was a lot of fun to make, and I'm glad it's finished, and I'm feeling quite happy that I'm able to start getting some of these projects finally wrapped up and ready to use. So I'll be back again soon with a paper crafting haul, and I look forward to seeing you back at that point, and I hope you have a wonderful week, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.